You know who it is, and you know what time it is. Time to piss off some feminists, trad cucks, and whoever don't want to know the truth. Oh well, let's get started. What is going on, gents? It's RPM here, reporting from Mobile Command. Gentlemen, the internet is our greatest gift. Not only do women use it to constantly show their true selves, but men are finally able to create spaces in which we can truly talk amongst ourselves the way that we used to in, like, the pool hall, the barber shop, the cigar lounge, places like that. But as we all know, whenever men do get together, women have to come in and try to bust the whole thing up. And there's always that spineless, sniveling coward that lets them in, thinking that he's going to get some validation. But I digress. With all the articles about infidelity going on, I found myself in a subreddit called Surviving Infidelity, and in particular, the revenge posts. Oh man, some of the things that I've read here. Oh, wow. Now, this particular post was posted 10 months ago. Now, before I get into this post, I want to be crystal clear in going on the record with what I'm about to say. I, RPM, Red Pill Married, do condone a husband getting his sexual desires met with another woman if two of these conditions have been met with his wife. Condition number one, after he has exhausted all means to prevent his marriage becoming a sexless one. Yeah, the fact that so many married men are living in completely sexless marriages is absolutely horrendous. Yeah, if you've tried everything to keep that spark from going out, but she still cuts off the sex spigot to you, then by all means, all bets are off. The second condition, in which I would tell a man, if he asks me my opinion, go ahead and get your sexual needs and desires met with other women, is once he has found out and has crystal clear evidence that his wife has been having an affair. At that point, the vows have been broken. Therefore, you no longer need to be loyal to her. If you cannot financially survive going through a divorce, you may not be able to do that. However, you can go ahead and take some of those resources and put them into another woman. Now, before I proceed, I made a video, you guys know, called It's Never Your Fault, Gents, in which I briefly talked about married men and why their situation is always going to be so much more different than a single man, or should I say, an unmarried man. Now, with all that being said, let's get into this post, shall we? How I handled it. I found out my wife of 20 years found herself a younger boy toy, a 20-something-year-old coworker. Gentlemen, if you married men out there, hear these words from your wife. Oh, I got a work husband. You don't need to worry about him. That's the guy you need to worry about, because odds are she's already sleeping with him. It's funny, they think we're not going to feel something different going on. I sensed it right away. People who don't tell me they were pretty disconnected from the relationship in the first place. Unlike many people I've read about, I did not ignore my gut. Good call. I try to never ignore instincts in any situation, especially dealing with people. Got the feeling something was off. Snooped her phone, and there it was. Ah, gentlemen, that smartphone of hers will contain all of her dirty little secrets. Spied for a few days, and sure enough, they planned a hotel meetup on a Saturday. As expected, she came up with a story why she had to go out to some boring work thing that Saturday. So I said, sure, no problem. I made sure my iPad was charged, and that Saturday before she left, I tucked it in the back pocket of the passenger seat in her car. She sent the kids to my sister saying I had errands to run, and then watched where the iPad was going. First to a restaurant, not one of our usual spots. Then, like a cheap cliche, it was to a motel. It was only 20 minutes away, so I headed out. It didn't take long to stalk the motel to figure out where they were. What I couldn't believe is that it was one of those disgusting cheap motels that will rent by the hour. A hookers and junkies motel. This really sounds like a movie plot. Oh, man. Anyway, the kind of place she turns her nose up to. Anyway, I knocked on about half a dozen doors and found theirs. A man asked what I needed from behind the door. I said I needed to speak to my wife. He said she's not there. I said, fine, I'll wait here in front of this door for a week if I have to. After a couple of minutes, she comes out. She looked like she was in total shock. I just asked, are you happy? Is this what you want? Fine. You're an adult. Have fun. I left. She was calling after me, but I ignored her. I was crushed, and I knew I was going to cry, but no way I was going to let her see that. Good on him. Good on him. She left there immediately and went to her sister's. I was still watching where my iPad was going. Later, she called and told me we got married so young and she was confused about what she wanted. Oh, gentlemen, what did I say? The convenient playbook of excuses. Or should I say the chapter of excuses of the female playbook? You can't make this up. I said, you don't have to be confused. Do what you want. The marriage vows are broken, so I'm going to do what I want. Spoken like a true G. I know this isn't recommended, but it worked for me. Oh, this is where he goes into what he does. I ghosted her in our own home. I was polite and cordial, but not loving in any way. I created a Tinder profile and started dating. This crushed my wife. She had several emotional breakdowns with uncontrollable sobbing fits. She begged me to stop and let's go to marriage counseling. I said I liked her idea better and that I was enjoying myself. I wasn't hiding in the shadows like her. I was doing my business in the light of day. I was doing great on Tinder. I keep myself in shape, am educated, make a great living, am honest and kind. I had no problem getting dates with very nice and attractive women. I told them exactly what was going on in my life because I didn't want to be dishonest. Damn! Holy crap. Man, this dude right here. Wow. Of course, her boy toy dumped her because his wife found out and she and he were trying to work it out. I told my wife to hit Tinder up and find herself a new guy. This would send her into crying fits. I never cried in front of her, and I never begged her. Of course, what she did hurt me horribly, so I sedated those emotions by moving on. Ended up dating and being intimate with several beautiful women, younger than my wife. Oh, talk about twisting the knife. This was destroying her. That quote unquote confusion of hers was long gone. She wanted us. I did too. So I stopped dating and we went to marriage counseling. We're long recovered now. This was several years ago. We don't dwell on the past. We talk about it openly. She asked me once if any of my girlfriends were better in bed than her, and I replied, "Oh, yeah." Wow. One of them was amazing. I then explained how she was amazing, and now my wife works those things into our repertoire. I think the thing that snapped her out of it so quickly and had her begging me was how easily I can move on. She knows that I have no problem ghosting her and can be dating someone else a couple of days later. Say what you want, but it worked for me. People have asked if I have mind movies or feel inferior to the other man. I say, of course not. He's the kind of creep that has hookups in cheap motels with aging married women with self-esteem issues. Is that all he can score? No, I never feel inferior to a dude like that. If this happens to you, maybe give this a try. An unconventional approach, maybe, but it worked for us. Bravo. Now, of course, this being a Reddit post, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. It could be true. It could not be true. We'll just say 50-50. However, those are key things that he talked about. Now, when it comes to married men, a lot of us, we get way too comfortable within our marriages. Now, this is something that's our fault, gentlemen. This is our fault. We honestly think that, okay, we've secured this woman. She's going to be loving. She's going to be loyal, all that stuff. No. But the reason we get so comfortable is we have to call a spade on this one. The fear of the family court. Yeah. Because honestly, for you married men out there, it does not matter. Good husband, terrible husband, you're going to be treated the same in the family court. Oh, wow. Let me make a sticky note and make an episode on that one. Yep, sticky note on that one. Matter of fact, I'm going to call that episode, It Does Not Matter. But anyway, yeah, it doesn't matter. Good husband, bad husband. Listen, the modern woman only wants a pretty much lobotomized, provider. She knows that she has the weapon of the family court. If you don't allow her to do what she wants, when she wants, how she wants, and with who she wants, what's the famous threat? I'll leave you and take you for everything you're worth. Wow. Wow. Yeah, gentlemen, once she says those words, all bets are off. But look at this for what it is. It's a blueprint for married men out there who have finally reached their wits' end. It truly is. But 95% of married men, when they find out this situation of their wife sleeping around or has cut the sex spigot off and made it a sexless marriage, they don't have the balls to do something like this. They don't. They won't. And then when it's found out that a man is actually having an affair with another woman, society comes down and brings the hammer down on him to the point that he's on TV apologizing. For once, I would like to see a celebrity get on TV after it's found out that he's been having an affair and say, yeah, I am. So what? I'm not going to submit to the outrage mob. I don't care. This is my life. And guess what? I'm going to do what I want. So, gentlemen, understand this. Whenever a man actually does, step out on his wife, it takes a lot to drive him to that point. It takes a lot. Unlike women, especially now with social media and smartphones, they can go, 1-800, dial a dick whenever they want. And of course, they will use every excuse. Oh, I wasn't feeling good. You wasn't giving me enough attention. You was working too much. You was working too little. Blah, blah, blah. But understand this, gentlemen. When your wife does what she does, those are her actions and her decisions, no matter what. But yeah, I will never look down on a man that is stepping out on his wife once he thoroughly explains the situation as to why, what drove him to make that decision. Oh, no. No. You're not going to get me to say, oh, you're terrible for doing that. Like my younger self would. My younger blue pill self would say, oh, you should never step on your wife. Go to counseling, figure it out. No. No. Counseling, marriage counseling is a waste of time and you're going to get ambushed. So don't even bother with it. But yeah, this guy put his foot figuratively back on his wife's neck. And he showed her, yes, I can and I will get younger, hotter women. And I will do this in plain sight. We're not going to be hiding this like you are, like women do. See, women love to try to hide their affairs because the danger is also a part of it. But gentlemen, as I stated, if you find out that things are going on, listen, be crystal clear. Set her down like this guy did and say, yeah, I'm doing this in full view of the public. Bam! There you go. So yeah, gentlemen, I would say if you know of a married guy that's going through this, hey, this is the perfect blueprint because, as I stated before, it does not matter. It truly does not matter. In the court of public opinion and in the family court, you're still going to be the bad guy. So you may as well be the best bad guy that you can. So read this post. Let me know what you guys think. And ladies, the power is still metaphorically out. Feminism is still getting those nice body blows. However, more and more men are no longer going to sit by idly while you are allowed to go out and get ramrodded by Chad, Tyrone, and whoever else. And he's not going to say, you know what? This is no longer a good, solid marriage. Okay, I'm going to give you true equality. If you can go out and lay with other men, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out and I'm going to start laying more pipe than a plumber. Gentlemen, do not be comfortable within your marriage anymore. Keep yourself in shape. Keep your stuff together. And when she gets out of line, guess what? Replace. Be blatant and open about it. That's all I got to say for this one. RPM, I am out.